Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Character Spotlight. That's right, today we're going to be capping off the third of the Triforce trio, Ganondorf, King of Evil. Now, the cool thing about Ganondorf is that he's the first heavy character that we're looking at in Ultimate. In my opinion, Ultimate has done a really good job of making the heavy characters a lot more easier to use this time around, and they're very, very potent, especially considering the fact that Ultimate has so much emphasis on knockback, and when you're playing as a heavy character, the people that are known for doing knockback easier than everyone else, you're going to have a really great time capitalizing on the mistakes that your faster opponents make, and Ganondorf is no exception. So the thing about Ganondorf is that he's largely the same that he's been in Smash 4, and the games before that, but the main differences that you're going to see here are definitely going to be his smash attacks. His smash attacks have given him the big sword from the Space World demo from who knows how long ago that was. And the cool thing about this sword, particularly with the front smash, is that if you space it properly, you could even throw this out at neutral from time to time. Of course, half the battle is knowing what your opponent is going to do, and if your opponent predicts that you're going to be spamming smash attacks, they will play along with it. But you definitely, as Ganondorf, want to put that fear in your opponent that you can fire off a smash at any time, and that is going to be the thing that helps dictate the course of the battle. So like I said, a lot of the things about Ganondorf, him being a heavy character, is that by virtue of the Smash roster, or the majority of the Smash roster being really fast, you're going to have to make a lot of use out of the spacing of your smashes, or even just all your tilts. There's a lot of spacing involved when it comes to playing this character successfully, and that's exactly what we're going to try to aim at for today. Otherwise though, aside from the whole emphasis on spacing and the fact that he does have a mediocre recovery option with his up B and side specials, the thing is, he's actually a very easy character to pick up and use, and you're going to notice this with a lot of people that use Ganondorf for the first time. He's a sheer amount of power and reach that you don't expect, and honestly, that's what makes him such a huge surprise. So, getting into the character of Ganondorf, like I said, he was basically the same as he's always been. Now, originally, he used to be a Captain Falcon clone back in Melee, so most of the attacks are going to be pretty similar, with very similar properties with dark elements and a little bit more damage in exchange for the slower startup and usage, but it's going to be his smash attacks that make the whole world of difference. The forward smash is definitely his most usable one. You could throw this out at neutral if you really wanted to. And the great thing about this is that you're able to catch rolls, you're able to get people while they're in the air if they're trying to jump over you, and most of the time, if you find yourself fighting against a For Glory style person, you could even get someone trying to roll behind you by just reversing it. You want to be as unpredictable as possible with this one, and the more unpredictable you are, the more fearsome you're going to be. And of course, there's going to be the up smash. He takes a page out of Ike's book, and the up smash works very similar to that one, whereas the down smash, it actually has the most similar properties to what it was in Smash 4, but instead of kicks, it's going to be a 2-hit sword attack that is guaranteed 2 hits. It's a very powerful move, and it's a great way to finish off combos, or if you can see someone rolling behind you, and it's just a joy to see that kind of juggle go on. Now, the other thing about Ganondorf, when I mentioned that spacing and kind of making use of his fast normals is going to be very important to playing as him, one of his fastest moves is going to be his down tilt. Down tilt, it has very long reach, and it comes out pretty quickly. This is a good way of racking up damage over time and making sure that you keep people honest at a distance. Forward tilt is very similar with just a little bit less range, and then there is going to be his neutral air. Neutral air is one of his fastest moves, and it can combo. The nice thing about this particular move as well is the fact that the last hit in this multi-hit attack actually has kill potential, so towards the end of the match, and if you catch someone in the air, they will be guaranteed to be hit all 3 times, and you're going to see some kill potential at the far side of this stage. Other things of note are his aerials. Back air and forward air actually work really similar to how pretty similar to each other. Very high damage, very decent kill potential, and thanks to the fact that the hitboxes for these particular attacks are actually quite long-lived, so feel free to throw this out whenever you see someone in the air, because if they end up like air dodging it, at least you burned the air dodge, and if you catch them, they're going to be in for a world of hurt, and you'll usually send them off the stage, letting you set up things such as your forward smash, or even just more edge guarding with the aforementioned aerials. His down air is basically the same as it's always been from Melee. For those guys that don't know, it's really, really easy to spike people with this particular attack. And even if you don't spike people, and you're doing this on edge guarding, the damage and knockback that it does is still good enough to send people to the side of the blast zone. And it's something you definitely want to try doing to kind of give yourself more of an off-stage presence. Is very, very powerful, and very, very annoying to get hit by if you're on the receiving end. Otherwise, though, like one other move I do want to point out is going to be his what's called his side B. Side B in this particular game, it's more or less how it's always been in Smash 4. The thing is, there are going to be a handful of options and mix-ups that you can do with the side B, the Flame Choke. One thing that you couldn't consider is that if they don't tech, you can easily just go into a down tilt, and that's going to be some free damage for whoever doesn't decide to tech in that time. Or another thing that could happen is that if a person tries to roll away, they have a choice of either rolling away from you or rolling behind you. In cases like this, what you could do if they try to roll away, or if you predict they're going to roll away, you can't react to this. You just have to predict it, and then you can start spamming away for another Flame Choke and continue chaining these command grabs. Or if you consider them rolling behind you, then, and if you can predict that, then you can go ahead and do a reverse smash to hit them like that. The fourth option that your opponent can do is also to do a wake-up attack. There are plenty of times where someone might be doing this, so what you want to do in that scenario is just to dash away and then prep your forward smash, and since they're busy and preoccupied with the wake-up attack, you will be able to hit them, and more often than not, that is going to be a KO. Remember, you can't charge this. If you charge it, you do give them some time to recover from their wake-up attack, and they will attack back, so keep that in mind. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention about Ganondorf is going to be his neutral B. Neutral B is very impractical for the most part, but it is nice to throw out just in case no one really expects it. The great thing about the neutral B is that you can go reverse, or you can go, like, forward with this one upon activation, and you will have super armor for the majority of the time. Be warned though, if you do this attack and someone sees it coming and they're right beside you, they could just easily grab you out of it, but it is another one of the many tools that Ganondorf has to keep the enemy on their toes. Anyways, that's pretty much all I can say about Ganondorf. He's a very easy character to pick up and play as, and he has some very potent damage potential. He pretty much embodies the best and worst of the heavy classes in Smash Ultimate, mainly just because he kind of gets risked getting comboed all the time. People will hit him over and over again. He'll take huge amounts of damage, but as long as you're patient and you're able to look at the mistakes that your opponent makes, then you will be able to get a few hits in. And honestly, those few hits are all Ganondorf really needs to crush the dreams of your opponents. So anyways, let's go ahead and head over to the demonstration. So the thing about playing as Ganondorf, and really just any of the heavy characters in Smash Ultimate, by virtue of the fact that the majority of the roster is going to be faster than you, it's really going to feel like the opponent's going to be in the driver's seat for the majority of the time. That's okay though. Honestly, the thing about playing a heavy character is that it's very important to be patient and capitalize on whatever mistakes your opponent makes, because just enough very strong hits is all you need to KO an opponent in this game, and that's something you need to realize too. Okay, so this Roy is being very happy with all those charges, so I'm going to start doing that too. Currently running with the Smash Stick, so let's see what we can do with our impressive range to outrange this Roy here. Okay, you know what, let's go for some mix-ups. Side B mix-ups? Not quite. Ugh, spamming run attacks, are we? Ooh, okay, so he rolls away from that one. That's something that I have to keep in mind. No, not quite. Okay, I'll readjust the timing. He's gonna roll behind that time, isn't he? Alright, so yeah, we're quickly just conditioning him. And I see him charging up. That's a free back air. There we go, neutral air. On stages with platforms like this one, fair is also a very good tool to use, simply because it has a nice above hitbox, so you'll be able to hit them and then fall under the platform. And it does really weigh up around other shields as well. Alright, yeah, I'm a little happy with those charges. He's going to do a dash attack. Do a dash attack. Oh, thank you. Very cool. Okay, got caught by that one. Gotta be very careful how I do this. So again, it's just about being patient at this point, which is something I need to do. Oh, he jumps right into that one. That's the nice thing about C-Stick. You could fire off a smash attack at any short notice. Oh, okay, there's the grab. Okay, I have to be really mindful about the spacing of those dash attacks too. Whoa! Here we go. Okay, if he's gonna do dash attacks, I better counter with some of my own, because I think mine comes out a little bit faster since he has a bit of wind-up time on his. Dash attack? Nope, he's gonna go for that. Okay. Read that roll. There we go. I knew he was going to try to roll forward, so I had to dash back immediately and then catch that roll with a forward smash. The smash attacks in this game are very reminiscent of Ike's, and they're very, very good at punishing rolls, and that's part of why Ganondorf is such a fun, punishing character to use. Anyways, GG's Roy, and we're going to move on to the next one. From my experience playing as Ganondorf online, or being against Ganondorf online, I've always found that Ganondorf is either the character that's making you extremely frustrated to play the game, or he's the guy that's subjected to all the frustrations. This is especially true with very good zoners, and the thing is, when you're playing against zoners, the same rule of being patient applies, and that's something that is just one of the many, many things that you have to look out for. But when it comes to people that have mainly just close range options, or you're able to consistently go in on a zoner, Ganondorf is a really, really scary person to fight against. Alright, so we're up against a Falco. Falco, very annoying just because of how quick he is, but thanks to the fact that we're Ganondorf, we just need to get a few good hits in, and that will be enough to seal the deal on their stocks. So let's see what we can make here with the mix-ups. Alright, so he has that laser. Actually, I fought against a couple of Wolves earlier. Wolf is definitely an annoying matchup, in my opinion, just because that laser that Wolf has is just too good. Let's see, again, let's try to go for some good... try to get some good hits, be very, very patient fighting against Falco. I tried going for a down smash, but he landed right above me that time. There we go. Getting some down airs. Yeah. And also the thing about Ganondorf too, he's really, really effective if you're able to constantly put in that fear against your opponent. Okay, so we got the Ganon side. I'd rather get that because it was just a very, very uneven stock for us. So let's see if we can ride that momentum moving forward. So what mix-ups we get here? Wake up attack? No, not quite a wake up attack. You just stand up and shield. That's fine. We will see. We already did an amazing amount of shield damage that time. We're gonna have to watch out for that lasers. Okay. Up air? No, not quite up. Not quite high enough for up air. I should go a full hop instead of a short hop if I want to get someone at the top of the platform, because Ganondorf's jump distance is actually quite small. Okay, try to get to some ground. Let's see if we can set up another mix-up with the Flame Shook if we can. I don't want to accidentally Ganon inside him again. Am I gonna do it? No, not quite. Okay, let's see what we can get here. Oh, whoops! I keep forgetting that I'm not on tilt stick anymore. There we go. Okay, so I was able to catch that one. He was a little careless with the Illusion Rush, but he could still easily take this one back. And I'm not about to go cheese this guy with a Ganon side, because I do have the stock advantage, so I could try to do that. But again, that's one of the things that make Ganondorf so frustrating to fight against. Oh, I couldn't quite punish that one. I wasn't sure where exactly the ledge was from below me, or the platform rather. Okay, so what do we got here? Alright, so he's going to punish that attempted smash. Alright, so there's the down air. The down air is extremely easy to spike with. More often than not, you are going to catch people with a spike, because the hitbox for that spike is extremely high. The other thing about spikes too is that if you do a down B while you're in midair, that'll also count as a spike. Okay, so able to get some recovery here. Again, I'm at pretty high damage, but that doesn't matter. Again, it's all about staying patient. That guy was kind of all over me, and that's partially just due to the fact that Falco is much quicker than I am. Thankfully, fights with Ganondorf are really, really quick, so I think we got time for one more. So GG Falco, and let's move on. So something that I touched upon in previous videos is how I'm really happy with how the Triforce Trio and Smash Ultimate, Ganondorf, Zelda, and Link have all fulfilled very important, unique niches within this game, and honestly, it's mainly just because of the changes done to Ganondorf's moveset to give him just a little bit more reach while retaining all of his raw power, and it makes him such a standout. Like I said, he's one of the easier characters to pick up and play as when you're playing this game for the first time, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this video as well, is because he has so many tools that are very valuable and very, very powerful. One of the things about Ganondorf that I really, really enjoy is just the fact that, like, he just has that sort of that character design about him that makes him very, very imposing and honestly extremely frustrating. Anyone that's played high-level GSP, or just like if you're encroaching upon like Elite Smash, then you're gonna notice that there's sort of an influx of Ganondorfs out there, and there's a very good reason for that. This guy makes matches go by really, really quickly, except for you know, fights like this where I have to worry about zoning. Oh man, I have to be really careful about how I do my recoveries. There we go. Yeah, if they're gonna try to go from above the ledge, then that's when you try to go for that fair. It's also, the nice thing about Ganondorf is that because of how limited his recovery is, he actually makes for a pretty decent character for learning how to do edge guarding, which is something that I'm still trying to learn as a player myself. Alright, so I knew that they were going to try to roll back and do that charge shot, so yeah, that's fine. On flat stages like this, Ganondorf also does quite well, just by virtue of the fact that he has like some nice approaches with his kick, and the fact that he has almost nowhere to hide when it comes to using my side B. Except for that, maybe running away is the key over here. There it is. There's that roll behind that I've been kind of trying to gun for. 2 forward smashes. People rarely ever see that coming, do they? Yeah, I'll let you get out scot-free because I like you. Oh, man. See, I knew he was going to go behind, but I misinputted that one. Oh, the back air just barely missed. Oh, man. I've missed all my aerials that time. Oh, there's that Warlock Punch. The Warlock Punch is extremely deadly, but I did play with Ganondorf against a friend a couple of days ago, and I was really mystified to find out that if you block a Warlock Punch at full shield, it does not break the shield, which is so odd, but I guess it kind of makes sense due to the fact that it gives you armor. Whereas his up tilt is really slow but gives no armor, so that is probably part of the reason why. Oh, missiles! Gotta stay close. I notice that this person's dodging a lot, so that's when I really have to start playing a little bit more aggressive. That's going to be one of the times where, when you're playing as a heavy character, that's when you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive, especially if they're trying to evade you the entire time. There we go. Ooh. Gotta be very careful how I do this. Yeah, that person wasn't predicted to jump that time. Oh boy, 218% damage. Still living. Never mind. Right when it was on my lips. Oh, he got the grab too? Goodness. Can I just say, I'm also in love with this player's name. Alright, this person's gonna pursue... Like, whenever I try to pursue, they'll go for the grab. Gotta be very careful with this. Oh! Goodness, very good defense from this person, isn't there? Or very poor offense for me, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. There it is, there's that back roll that I wanted. As soon as the person did a back roll, they were going to do another roll, but this time with the R button. So that's the thing. That's the really, really cool thing about Ganondorf's sword. Amazing for chasing people down. And again, if you rarely use an attack like the smash, people won't expect it, and that's what I like about it. Most of the time, you want to just go ahead, go nuts with your aerials until they start trying to counter with their aerials, and that's when you have to start timing your any time that you want to counter them. Anyways, GG Samus, and we'll move on to the next one. So one of the things I wanted to mention about Ganondorf is his up tilts. His up tilt is really, really slow. You can grab people out of it if they're trying to prepare the up tilt, and part of what makes it such a threatening move is that it's guaranteed to break shields. It's a little bit unreliable, but if you can use it and your opponent doesn't expect it, then that is going to be some really nice fear points to sort of help kind of instill a threat against your opponent. So, and that's part of what Ganondorf is, though, is that you want to show that you have all these really threatening moves, but you want to pull them out at the last second if you know that they're expecting it. So here we go. Down air has been a pretty nice approach to us lately, and I did notice that there would be times where I would go for like a flame choke, back out, and then do a smash attack. If I see them roll behind me, then I'm going to try to attempt to punish a roll behind the next time I land a flame choke. So let's see if we can do that right now. Couldn't quite land the forward air on that one. Oh no, I tried the perfect shields, but that guy just delayed the attack just a little bit, I think. A little bit more than what I'm used to. Okay, so I got that perfect shield. Ooh, I should have charged this a little bit longer, shouldn't I? Okay, let's try this. Oh, it's still caught! Unbelievable. You can catch it even from below. Yeah, okay, so he's gonna default to rolling from around then. There we go. So you see, we got them conditions. I don't know if they're going to try to go for that a second time, so I'm going to try attempt predicting a wake-up attack again. My goodness, that hammer goes right on through, doesn't it? Oh boy. Okay, I have to be really careful with that one. Huh. Oh, always from behind with this guy. Okay, so I guess that's what we're doing then. I'm going to try to predict behind whenever we do a flame choke. Okay, a bit of a whiff there. No, not quite. The one time I try to predict it does not work out in my favor. Okay, so again, try to grab that ledge. What are you going to try to do? Punish that. He's going to roll away that time. Okay. So yeah, he is being a little less predictable, or at least for me, unpredictable. Land that down air. Down air is so strong to use. Oh, and I still got hit by the Gordo. Oh. This game can be really deadly at unexpected places. No, not quite. He waited a little bit long to do the recovery. Alright, so we are in a pretty comfortable position right now. Let's see if we can try to maintain that. See them doing the inhale. Mix it up. Oh, and he goes away. Okay, so he kept rolling away. That was twice in a row. Wonder if I can catch him 3 times in a row like that. Let's see what we can do. Actually, maybe from behind. Nope. Okay, so let's predict he's going to go for it, and we'll try to punish that with a smash attack this time. Alright, come on, buddy. Do something punishable. Oh, no, he just teched up and then went for a back roll instead. Goodness. This guy is just impossible to predict for me, isn't he? And he does that down smash. Ooh! No, Gordo! Don't do it! Okay, gotta be careful with this. He could finish me at any time, because that's what DDD does. Okay, let's try edgeguarding this. There we go, forward air. Always try to contest that whenever you see someone trying to go from above the ledge. Honestly, fighting as Ganondorf can be equally frustrating as well as fun, and depending on whether or not you're on the receiving end of a zoner, it will either be the most frustrating thing or the most fun thing, depending on how you outpredict your opponent. This guy predicted me a lot, so GG King DDD, and yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and move on now. All in all, Ganondorf is the kind of character that's been improved primarily for the better. Most of the tools that made him really threatening in previous games have been present in this one, and he's been given a lot of cool new tricks, again thanks to his new smashes, which are reminiscent of Ike's, and just the fact that aerials and overall knockback is so much different in Smash Ultimate. Ganondorf is definitely the kind of character that requires a lot of prediction to make work, but that's part of what makes him so fun. You're constantly thinking about what your opponent is doing, and just by virtue of his mediocre recovery, and on a more personal note, he is the kind of character that's taught me to be a little bit more mindful of how I burn my double jumps and how I just go about recovering back onto the stage. These are all very, very valuable lessons that you get to learn when you're playing as a character like Ganondorf, and pretty much all the heavies. I really think that all the heavy characters in this game are very fun to play in their own way, without feeling too samey as they were kind of doing in previous games. All in all, Ganondorf is a really well thought out character, and people that want to feel raw power will definitely be justified in doing so if they want to pick Ganondorf. Anyways guys, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Character Spotlight, and I'll see you guys next week for the next one. Can't wait to see you guys there. Take care, everyone.